It is a very sad evening here in Terre Haute. I'm live here near the scene where Detective Ferenczi was killed earlier today. Now let's take a look. If you look to my left here at the intersection of Cherry and First Streets here, police are blocking that off, and over my right shoulder, it's an identical scene over there. Now, you just heard from Indiana State Police Superintendent Doug Carter. He says that the community is in a tremendous debt of gratitude to Detective Ferenczi. He says that debt just simply cannot be repaid, and you can still hear some sirens here in the distance behind me. Well, Caitlin, I can tell you what hasn't changed, and that's the fact that it is really, really cold outside. I'm here with Indiana State Police Sergeant Matt Ames, and we're going to talk to him in just a second. But first, I want to show you what those conditions look like outside of our window here. You can see we're on McDaniel Road, just outside Terre Haute. Things are as icy as they can get here. I truly have a front row seat here at the drive-through scare at the Wabash Valley Fairgrounds, and I'll be honest with you, I've already been scared a couple times. Before you hit the road this Thanksgiving holiday season, you'll want to do these few things. First, you're going to want to buckle your seatbelt. You'll also want to watch your speed. And most importantly, don't drink and drive. Otherwise, you could see police lights in your rearview mirror. Crews say that they hope to have Interstate 70 here open about 10 a.m. You can see the westbound lanes are still going, but the eastbound lanes obviously still closed down. The city of Sullivan took a shot at reopening its pool, and people poolside say it's been a success. Needing an ambulance is never something someone wants, but in the event you do need one, you always count on one showing up. But with increased costs, local ambulance providers say they're going to need a boost to continue providing their services. Rondrell, I don't know about you, but every time I've had to fill up my vehicle, it's just been a complete pain because it's been so expensive. A prime example was yesterday. I went home and visited some family, and take a look at this. This receipt that I got has a number on it that's a little bit bigger than I would like to even admit. So if you've been going to the pump and going to fill up your car, you've probably felt that pain as well. Right behind me at Highland Lawn Cemetery in Terre Haute, a man by the name of Teddy Sweat is buried. Teddy was tragically killed while fighting in Vietnam, but now his legacy is kept very much alive by his brother Everett. Things will never be the same for Commander Everett Sweat Jr., whose brother Theodore, or Teddy, was just weeks from coming home when he was killed in Vietnam. Everett told him to finish his final 3 months overseas so he'd be able to come back and play college basketball. It's a decision that lives with him to this day.
I blame myself at times that I caused him to die because I told him to stay. So, I cry sometimes.
Many other veterans feel similar pain. VFW Quartermaster Daryl Knight lost his wife's son in Iraq. He and Sweat always have their loved ones in their hearts.
Everything that I do is with him in mind. But then I do it for a lot of veterans in mind.
Sweat feels as if veterans like himself and his brother don't get the same salute to service they once did.
Hey, hunt, ready, hunt.
Seem like people have a problem with the veterans. You know, veterans have it hard.
But even in the hardest of times and the biggest of heartaches, Sweat says after all his family has been through, he's able to take days like Memorial Day to reflect.
Memorial Day is special, should be special for every American citizen in the United States of America. It should be special for them.
Sweat says the best thing you can do on Memorial Day is honor those who have fallen in battle. Reporting in Terre Haute, Blake Dollier, News 10. Caleb Hodshire and his co-worker were driving from Kentucky through Terre Haute. That's when they found themselves right in the middle of a high-speed chase.
Oh my gosh!
Caleb Hodshire and his co-worker were driving on State Road 63 when an Indiana State trooper sped by and blocked the road. Police say there was a car that was headed the wrong way, going 100 miles an hour, straight for them. Hodshire got it all on film.
Get down. He is gonna smack right into us.
The emotions were as high as they could be.
Oh, oh, oh,
I caught up with Hodshire after the near miss with the speeding car. He says in his 5 years driving a semi, he's never seen anything like it.
We didn't think that, there was going to be someone pop up in the oncoming lane doing 80 miles per hour in a high-speed police chase. Like, that's something you do not see every day.
Hodshire says he had no clue what to do other than hope for the best.
I'm like, well, there's nothing we can do besides pull out the old iPhone and take a video. So I buckle my seatbelt and just hold on. That's all I could do was just hope and pray and hold on.
The car missed Hodshire's semi by about a foot.
Oh!
He said being in the semi made him feel a little safer than if he were in a smaller vehicle, but he still braced himself for the worst.
If a car hits you doing 80 miles per hour head on, it doesn't matter if you're in a semi or not. It's going to rattle you to your bone. Like, it's going to hurt.
The car was stopped by the state trooper who threw stop sticks on the road. Hodshire says that trooper may have saved some lives.
If that cop wouldn't have blocked us all off and told us to get out of the way, there could have been a very bad head-on collision that would have killed, an entire family. He is the man for, flattening those two tires.
State police and county sheriffs are asking you to slow down and pay attention to a new speed limit at the intersection of State Road 63 and State Road 234. They're hoping this measure can help prevent an accident like the one that killed a North Vermilion High School student in May. I hit the road with state police in the early morning hours as they patrolled the intersection of State Road 63 and 234.
Hey, we're here, we're working.
Sergeant Matt Ames of Indiana State Police says these patrols can help prevent more tragedies in Cayuga.
Morning, sir. Can I see your driver's license registration, please? We don't have to work any fatal accidents out here. We don't have to go and knock on a mom and dad's door and relay bad information to them about one of their loved ones.
There have been 2 fatal accidents in the last 2 years at this intersection and 10 since 2000. Vermilion County Commissioner R.J. Donovan is grateful for the changes. He's been asking for them since 16-year-old Cameron Chevront was killed there in May.
20 years this intersection had seen no meaningful changes, and within 6 months we have finally started the ball rolling on changes. Granted, they're not major things, but every little bit helps.
Donovan says he's appreciative of all the officers' work, but he says they need help from the community as well.
I would urge, citizens and taxpayers to continue to push NDOT to continue to look for meaningful changes, whether that's a stoplight, whether that's a on and off ramp, whatever it may be. We will continue to fight for more changes.
Ames says the goal isn't so much catching people speeding.
This here's going to be a written warning this evening.
It's keeping drivers, and especially teenagers, safe.
We got double semis coming there. We're just not here about writing the tickets and writing infractions to individuals. We're here to make the roadway safer.
For a full list of changes coming to this intersection, go to our website. That's WTHITV.com. Reporting in Cayuga, Blake Dollier, News 10. Protests went on for several hours inside the doors of the Indiana State House as lawmakers met for the first day of the special session, and thousands of people gathered to protest for and against a possible abortion ban. State lawmakers say the State House is never this packed. The first day of the special session had Wabash Valley Republican Bruce Borders and Democrat Tanya Paff focusing on different issues. Borders is narrowing in on abortion. He says he's had conversations with protesters on each side, but feels a vote for a bill that would ban most abortions is a top priority.
We're literally talking about, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to vote to save the lives of the most innocent of our citizens, and those are the unborn children.
Representative Tanya Paff, the only Democrat representing the Wabash Valley, did not want to comment on abortion. But in the past, she's expressed concerns with the transparency of the bill. She says she will be focusing on other issues like helping Hoosiers' wallets.
I would like some relief for Hoosiers. So be it an automatic tax relief, absolutely. Give money back because you know what? It's your money. Although
Paff did not want to comment on abortion, she's encouraging protesters to let their voices be heard. She says whatever you care about the most, you should speak up about.
This is the People's State House. Come, give your opinion. As you can hear in the background, there's people for, against, in the middle.
Borders says while people speak up, he's interested in having positive conversations with those he disagrees with. He said he's also hoping to open people's minds to a different opinion.
I'm hoping that we actually, open the eyes of a lot of people who were completely unaware of what does take place and the fact of, the fact that thousands of our citizens each year are being killed.
The special session in Indianapolis will go on for 2 weeks. Reporting from the Indiana State House, Blake Dollier, News 10.